Hello everyone. As I mentioned yesterday, we'll be doing a video on leader logs today. So I know many of you have wondered, how many blocks did you get this epoch assigned to you? When is the next block? Can I turn off my block producer to do some maintenance? Will I miss a block if I do? Well, now you don't have to worry about that anymore because you can figure out your block assignments and you can plan your maintenance or whatever else you want to do, and you can know exactly when your pool is supposed to produce a block. So we'll be using a tool developed by Andrew Westberg, who also created Your Manager, and there were some other contributors as well, but the main guy behind this is Andrew. So it's a tool that uses NodeJS and Python to recreate the block assignment schedule using the epoch nonce, so like a unique epoch identifier. And that's pretty much it. I have confirmed that it works. Last epoch I created block schedule, the block schedule for myself, and I made all the blocks that were assigned to me at the exact same times that the tool predicted. So I'm very confident that it works correctly, and it's really an amazing thing to have. Like the last epoch, I already did some maintenance, and I knew exactly when I have a lot of time between blocks that I can, safely turn things off and just do my thing without too much worrying. So, great tool. Thanks to Andrew for developing this and making it available for everyone. And let's get started on implementing this to our node. So the first thing we'll need is NodeJS. So let's install that. We'll copy the first command from the repository, get Node.js installed, copy the last three, just update the system, install Node.js. Okay, I think it didn't run install. Or did it? Okay, I guess it did. So we export the node path, and now we need Python. So I think we can copy all of this to install the latest version of Python. Okay. Enter. So that's that, and now we can just check the Python version and the pip version. pip3 not found. So let's just install it. And let's check now, pip3 version. Okay, so it looks like we have everything now. We can install the last thing we need. Well, second to last, because we need Libsodium now. So we need the IOHK version of Libsodium. So I got a link here to the official stuff that we want to install. and yeah, I can do it in this folder. So we're gonna clone the repository and get in there, and here's what we have. So check out to this commit, and then just run some commands that will install Libsodium for us. Okay, configure. Well, that's done. Make and make might take some time. I'm not sure. Well, that's running. The next part is like add this to your bash RC file, so you have like the paths. We don't really need this because in the later logs we'll edit the configuration file that's basically going to tell the tool, you know, what to run and how to run. And in here we'll have the Libsodium binary. So we'll specify where is the Libsodium we want to use, and that's all we need. So we'll skip that last part in the official docs. Okay, so just need to wait for this to finish. There we go, and now we do sudo make install, and that's that. So if so now we need to make sure we know where the binary file is, and it's going to be in the user local. So if we do cd usr local bin, local lib. So if we do cd usr local lib, and here we'll find Libsodium. So this is the path we need to remember for the configuration, but that's all the dependencies now, so we can clone the repository and start using the tool. So I'm gonna clone into the repository in my CNode folder, so I can just take the code for cloning, and I do git clone and git folder. So here we have the Cardano leader logs now, and you'll notice that I also have my VRF key here. So for the tool you need the VRF signing key of your pool for it to work. So I'm going to move that VRF key to Cardano leader logs, and if we go inside, we'll see well some Python scripts and some JS files that we're going to use, but if we look at the example of the configuration, that's what we need to configure first. So the slot leader logs config.json, and we'll need to enter our pool ID, path to our VRF key, path to the Genesis files, ledger state. So ledger state, we don't have a file of that, but we can specify null here in this path, so the tool will dump the ledger state for us when it's running. The Libsodium binary path to that, which is the same as ours here, Cardano CLI, and the node stats. So this is Prometheus stats. So the default port is 12798, but if you use a different one, you need to change this. And the time zone, so this one is set to Berlin currently. I guess I'll use London as I'm in the UK. But okay, let's take a look at that. So where's the so there's no there's no example configuration, but it's fine, we can create it. So slot leader logs config.json. I mean, you can call it whatever you want. So let's copy that in here. Actually, let's copy it in a notepad. I'm just going to increase the font a little bit so you can see it better. Can you see that? So we need our pool ID. So I'll do it for my pool, of course, because that's the one I have the VRF key for. So just use pool tool to get my pool ID, and I'm gonna replace this with the pool ID. Past my VRF key is going to be it's in the same folder, so it's just going to be VRFS key. Then the Genesis Shelly, they're gonna be, so we're in Cardano leader logs, so one folder behind, and then it's in files. That's the structure of mine. So if we go back one, and then if we go into files, here we'll see mainnet Shelly Genesis and mainnet Byron Genesis. Okay, so let's go back to Cardano leader logs. So it's going to be the same for Byron, one folder back, and then in files, ledger state, we're going to set to no. And now I'm not sure, do we quote the no or not? I think we quote it because it's still JSON. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. I think we don't quote it. The Libsodium library path is user local lib libsodium.so. It's fine. Cardano CLI is Cardano CLI. Node stats are on 12798. Europe, Berlin. I'm going to change Berlin to London. I think that should work. And that's it. We can just confirm that the stats are so 12798 is the Prometheus. So that should be fine. And let's just go back to Cardano leader logs and create the how did we call it? Slot leader logs config.json, and we'll just copy what we edited in here. Check one last time. Do we need something else? It looks fine. So let's say that. Okay, so we got the configuration now, and the next thing we need is the epoch nonce. So if you really want to, you can extract the epoch nonce yourself by editing the actual Cardano node code, so that you debug. You'll add this debug trace, and then some code that's gonna print out the epoch nonce. But there's no need for that because, as we said, Adam put up an API that you can use to get the epoch nonce, which is this ETA0. And here you can see which epoch we're looking at. So right now we're in epoch 224. So just replace with 224, and here's the epoch nonce that we need. So with that, we have everything we need to run the tool. So let's give it a shot. The syntax for running the tool is going to be, so now we're going to use NodeJS to run this JS file. We need to specify the path to our configuration and the epoch nonce, and there are some optional parameters that we're not going to use, but you can check, like what would things look like if the parameter was something else. And optional one here is if you want to replay the last epoch to sort of confirm that the tool is working against the results from the last epoch. But anyway, we can do node. So we got Cardano leaderlogs.js. We need to specify the path to the config, which is in the same folder that we created. So slot leaderlogs config.json. And then we need the epoch nonce that we copy from the API, and we run that. Our ledger state is null, so it's gonna dump the ledger state. And let's see what we get. So for this epoch, we'll be looking at my pool. It already produced 4 blocks, so we can compare the results of those 4 blocks with the results from the tool. And by time, this is still running, so we got, it's showing only 1 block here for some reason. I guess something's wrong with the pool tool. Let's check Ada pools. And we look at blocks, and here we have the 4 blocks. So I'm not sure what time zone is this in. Is it the user time zone or something else? But let's see. Okay, so it dumped the ledger state, and it got our active stake, the amount of our active state, it got our share of active stake, and it's just running through the blocks and figuring out how many we got. So it should be done soon. There we go. Okay, 28. Pretty good. Pretty good. So you can see expected blocks with the current D parameter is 18.66 for my stake, and I got 28 assigned. So that's 150% performance if I create all of them. Now there might be some slot battles here or things like that, but this is what we got. So I'm just gonna copy that to a notepad, and let's check out the first block, or let's say the last one should have been at 9:50, which I can tell you that it was. So that was 46 minutes ago, and that's exactly what Ada Pools is saying when we created it 45 minutes ago. Okay, so it's saying 8:50, and here it's saying 9:50, so that's because of the time difference. So this is according to my time, and in my time this is exactly when I created it. In Ada Pool's time this was 8:50, so 1 hour before. let's check out the first block, which was yesterday at 11. So this would be midnight in my time. So the first one was exactly midnight and 1 minute, as we see here. The next one was 5 to 1, which would be 5 to 2 in my time. And there you go, exactly 5 to 2. So you can see that the tool is perfectly accurate, and I know last epoch I got 19 blocks assigned, and I created 19 blocks all at the exact same time. So amazing stuff. Now you can look through this and figure out when you have a lot of time free. So like, let's say between these two blocks I have like 4 hours. Here another like 5-6 hours. So that's when I can do some maintenance or some other work that requires me to turn off the node. And that's about it. So I hope you have luck with your assignments as much as I did this epoch. And good luck using this tool. It's really great. Thank you, Andrew, again, and see you next time.